Yeah, we have another JAMB question here. This time, it's from the maths past question booklets. These are some of the questions we have. I sorted them and I saw that these ones are actually not that difficult to solve, but they have different methods of solving them. JAMB has limited time, so I think it's important to know shortcuts or faster method to solve questions. When you see LCM questions, most times not everybody actually, but most people will start really line like this to divide by prime factors. Start with two. This thing takes a lot of time, especially as you are supposed to look for LCM and HCF. So imagine you do this for LCM, then you start doing it for HCF again. For a question like this, knowing fully that they want you to divide the LCM by the HCF as a jam question so that you'll be fast. The fastest way is to use prime factorization method to solve this because that's where you can do the LCM and the HCF at the same time. So for 48, yeah, I think you need to know your multiplication table very well. 48 is 16 times 3 will give me 48. So that's 16 times 3. I can condense it to 2 raised to the power 4 times 3. So this is what you would have gotten if you started doing your long prime. If you don't know your multiplication table very well, you start saying 2 in 48, 24, 2 in 24, 12, 2 in 12, just until you get 2 in 4 places. So, but if you need to kind of if you have solved many questions related to LCM, it will be quite faster anyway. For 64, this is 2 raised to the power of 6. That's 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. If you do this, you'll still get back the same thing. 80 is 16 times 5. 16 times 10 will give us 160. So 16 times 5 will give us 80. That 16 is also 2 raised to the power of 4 times 5. So for our LCM, the way to get LCM from your prime, these are the prime factors essentially. This is the prime factor for 48, prime factor for 65, prime factors for 80. What you just do is you pick the factors here and you multiply them by themselves without repeating one factor twice. This 2 raised to the power of 6, it seems as if it's different from 2 raised to the power of 4, but the fact is once you expand 2 raised to the power of 6, you are still going to get 2 raised to the power of 4 according to indices. So you get 2 raised to the power of 4 times 2 raised to the power of 2. So you can see that you can only pick 2 raised to the power of 4 once. You can pick 2 raised to the power of 4 once because it's coming here, it's coming here, it's coming here. Pick it once, then you can pick 2 raised to the power of 2 once, 2 raised to the power of 2. Then you can pick 3 because you just have one, 3 is occurring once. You can pick 5, so 3 times 5. This is for the LCM. So you're just picking, you're multiplying everything by themselves, but you're not picking one thing twice. 2 raised to the power of 4 is occurring 3 times. I cannot go and start picking 2 raised to the power of 4, 2 raised to the power of 3, and 2 raised to the power of 4 for the 3 times it occurs. So once I multiply all this together, I'm going to get my LCM. For HCF, what I'm going to do for HCF is the highest common factor. So you are going to pick the only number that occurs in these three sets. You're going to pick the number that occurs. 2 raised to the power of 4 is the answer because you see 2 raised to the power of 4 occurring 3 times here, like in the three numbers. So 2 raised to the power of 4 is my HCF. The question says you should divide. So once you divide this, you are going to 2 raised to the power of 4 cancels this. Our final answer is going to be this, which will give us what? 2 raised to the power of 2 is 4, 4 times 3 is 12, 12 times 5 is 60. So my answer is D, 60. We'll move to the next question. This one is saying a room is 12 meters long, 9 meters high, 8 meters, okay, 9 meters wide, 8 meters high. So a room is typically having the shape of more like a cube or a cuboid. I'm just going to try to sketch it briefly. How am I sketching? Don't mind my diagram, but in jam you may not really have time to sketch it, so you might just kind of try to visualize it in your head. According to them, if I choose that this is my length and this is going to be my width and this is going to be my height. So they said that find the cosine of the angle which a diagonal of the room makes with the floor. So if this is the floor, that's the base of the room, this is going to be the diagonal. It's going to come like this. It's going to stop here. That's going to be the diagonal. So they said we should find the cosine of the angle. It's if it comes from this end to this end, that's the diagonal. It means that it's going to form a right angle triangle with the floor of this room. Remember, this is the floor. So I'm going to put another line here that is going to represent the right angle triangle that the plane will make. It's just as if you are slicing this cube from the top to the down through the diagonal. So if you want to divide this into like two triangles basically, because a square is actually, if you cut a square through diagonal, you're going to get two triangles. So this is the angle they say we should find essentially. They say we should find the cosine of this angle. We know cosine is what? Adjacent. This is my adjacent. Adjacent over hypotenuse. This is my hypotenuse. So I don't know what my hypotenuse is. I don't know what my adjacent is. But I can find my adjacent by using Pythagoras theorem. Since you can see that this is another smaller, we have a smaller triangle here. You have a triangle here. If you pick this one out, that's on the base, the floor here, you have something that looks like this. So this is 9 and this is 12. So we can find our adjacent like this. So I would just say that, okay, this is hypotenuse. According to Pythagoras theorem, opposite square plus adjacent square is equal to hypotenuse, square. So 9 square equal to 8 square. So this would be 144 plus 81 is equal to a squared. If I add 144 plus this, I'm going to be getting 225. 225 is equal to a squared. My a is going to be 15. These are some of the things we need to like common squares and common square root. 225 now, right? Instead of accessing the JAMB calculator to begin to say, okay, what is the square root of 225 or whatnot? It's a common square, a square and a square root type. So the answer is 15 here. So if my A is 15 here, how do I find my hypotenuse of this? Remember the cosine of the angle. Cosine is so katwa. Cosine is adjacent to hypotenuse. So we can't work with these opposites. That would be if it was a sine. So, but for me to find my hypotenuse, I need to know, for me to find the cosine, I need to know my hypotenuse. And for me to find my hypotenuse, I can also use my Pythagoras theorem. That's in this triangle, the blue one inside now. The blue triangle inside that comes like this, and comes like this. I will just use my 8 here. Let me do it here. Still using Pythagoras theorem, I can say that 15 squared plus 8 squared is equal to h squared, which is the hypotenuse squared. 15 squared is 225. 8 squared is 64, if I'm not mistaken, is equal to h squared. And when I add this together, I'm getting 289 is equal to h squared. Yeah, so h is equal to 17. This is another common, like you should know, like from 2 to 20, you should be able to know their squares and square root between 2 to 20. These ones are common. I think beyond that, you may need calculator for that. So if this is 7, I know this to be 17 now. This inner diagonal from the top edge to the bottom edge. So I can now use my car to find the cosine of the angle by saying that cos theta is equal to adjacent. Okay, we found our adjacent to be 15 earlier over our hypotenuse now is 17. So the final answer is 15 over 17. So you're not supposed to find theta. You just say you should find the cosine of the angle. So our answer for this one is A. A is the answer for this one. Okay, Ken, two sisters, Taiwo and Kehinde own a store. The ratio of Taiwo's share to Kehinde's is 11 to 9. That means Kehinde has a lesser amount. Okay. Later, Kehinde sells two-thirds of her share to Taiwo for 720. Let's just say, let the total share, let the value. That's the total money that two of them have. Let the value of the store be x. Let it be equal to x. So that's the total money we are supposed to find, the value of the store. So if it is x, according to the question, now one thing with this ratio, when you see ratio questions, let me use this. This is Taiwo plus this is Kehinde. Kehinde is taking 9. When you add two of them together, you're getting 20. So I can say that 9 over 20, which is 9 out of 20 off. When you do board maths, you know that off still means times of the total money, which is x, is going to give me, this is Kehinde's share of the total money. If the total money was x, Kehinde's share is 9 out of 20. Taiwo's share, or Tai, I don't know how to, some people say Tai, some people say it's Taiwo. Taiwo's share would be 11 over 20 of x. This is for Taiwo. But we were not asked for to find Taiwo. This is Kennedy. Kennedy is 9 out of 20. So this is Kennedy's share. So, but if we wanted to find this 720 here is not the full Kennedy. This is full Kennedy share, like everything Kennedy ever owns in the business. This 720 is 2 over 3 out of it. That's a fraction of this. So it means that I can say 2 over 3 times 9 over 20 times x. Remember I said this off still mean times. So I've replaced my off with times here. And I'm using 2 over 3 because I want to equate it to, I want to form an equation where I can use my 720. Okay, I was trying to divide my board, but it's manageable. So 2 over 3, that's 2/3. They said later Kennedy sells 2/3 of our share to Taiwo for 720. That was why I'm multiplying Kennedy's share, which is this, by 2 over 3 to give me 720. Once I simplify this now, I can say 2 goes here 1, 2 goes here 10, 3 goes here 1, 3 goes here 3, and I'm left with 3 over 10. So 3x, when I multiply it by x, I'm getting 3x over 10, that's 10, is equal to 720. Remember, x is total value we are looking for. So if I cross multiply, I'm going to have 3x is equal to 7,200 divided by 3. 3 cancel 3, x is equal to 24. 72 divided by 3 is 24. So x is equal to 24,000. No, 2,400. Sorry, 2,400 naira, which is P. If you have any question, because of time, I won't be able to solve this last one. I'll solve it in the next class. If you have any question, if you have pertaining to what I solved so far, the first one is the second one, please drop it in the comment section. I will explain. If you have any other questions that is a bit difficult in the JAMB, I will also explain. Leave it in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Good luck in your JAMB.